Trent, welcome to the Sticker Book Challenge. In front of you, you've got your very own page with some big questions from your career. All you have to do is choose your favourite sticker from each category to put down.
Okay.
Ready to go?
Ready?
Here is your first category. It's away days.
Away days.
So I'm going to open this one up to you. We've left it pretty vague. You can either do your favourite away day, you can do the toughest away day, you can do where you've had the most fun.
So we've got Etihad, Goodison Park, Old Trafford, and the Emirates.
Okay, let's go through them a bit, because Old Trafford, you enjoyed yourself this year? I want to ask, did you plan that celebration? If you were going to score,
I'll be honest,
you had that in your mind?
Let me tell you now, that celebration was planned for about 7 years. So from the moment I knew I would be playing at Old Trafford and I was confident that I would be in and around the first team and playing consecutive games, I was like, every time we were playing that game, it was, that's the celebration I'm going to do, the celebration I'm going to do. Then, after about two games there, I thought it's gonna be hard this. So I'm gonna spin it. If I score at Anfield against them, I'm gonna do it there as well.
Just waiting for your moment.
Any game
and
against Man
United,
and then I see it there, and I nearly missed it, by the way, because as you can imagine, all that tension was built up, thinking I'm about to do this, me Gerrard moment. Hit it, and then I go off, and I knew what I was doing. I was getting everyone out the way. Leave me alone. I'm doing it.
Would you do it again?
Would I do it again? You've got to do it again.
Okay, all right, well, that's TBC then. We've already won at one of these this year, but what are you going to go for as your favourite? Or maybe you can take it whichever way you want, maybe toughest, maybe where you enjoy playing the most as an opposition player.
Toughest in the sense of it's always a dogfight with Everton. Throughout my career, it's kind of been quite balanced, I would say. We've had a few wins, they've had a couple of wins, and there's been a lot of draws. Yeah, it's been a bit of a dogfight, so I wouldn't put that in there. It's not my favourite away day. Old Trafford, I do love beating Man United away. Think back to the 5-0, back to the 3-0, that's definitely in there. The Emirates, beating them there would be amazing. I've beat them there a few times, but that's when they weren't really at the top of the game like they are now. So I don't want to put Emirates there. So it's between these two.
Two Manchester clubs.
Two Manchester clubs. In terms of an arena, Man United, atmosphere, you know what, people always talk about Man City's atmosphere. A lot of people talk about Man City's atmosphere, and, you know, hand on heart, when we play them, the atmosphere is incredible. Like, we feel it. It's intense. The atmosphere is always really good there. I think the difference between these two and what will stand out and will take top spot is the fact that I've scored at this stadium. I know it was 1-1, but I scored and it was an iconic celebration.
Yeah, with that
so
one.
I'm going with the Etihad.
I think that will surprise people actually, but I like it. Bold choice. First sticker down.
Yeah, and the Etihad, it always feels like the whole world's watching. Liverpool, Man City, the whole world watches that game. It's almost like the English version of El Clasico.
Okay, your second category, Trent, is swap. So it's which teammate's ability you would swap with yours. And now some of these we know that you already have in your locker, but it's like if you really could take one of them, which would you take?
Soboslai's shot power, Mo Salah's consistency, Diaz's dribbling, Virgil Van Dijk's leadership.
Talk us through them then.
Okay, so Virgil van Dijk's leadership, he's an incredible leader and he is incredibly consistent. He is, and an amazing captain for the team. I think will go down for me as one of 2 or 3 best players that I've ever played with, being able to share the pitch with. Every time I step on the pitch with him, it's an honour, and it's an honour that I'll be able to tell my kids and my grandkids that I was able to share the pitch with Virgil, because for me, he's a player he's the only player, I think, who doesn't really have a weakness in his game. And that's something that is incredible. So Virgil is very close to being there.
And still got years left at the top, you think?
Yeah, for sure. I think because of the position he plays, he's, 33 now, I think, maybe 34. He's got many years left.
So let's talk about him then.
Mo Salah's consistency. From the moment he came into the team to the moment of today, the most consistent player I've ever seen in the Premier League, if I'm honest. And to witness it on a daily basis is a privilege, to say the least. For everyone in the team, whether you're older than him, younger than him, he's the person you look at for consistency. The way he looks after his body, the way he looks after himself, the way he, game after game, will get goals and assists and win us games and do special things. And he is incredible. But yeah, like I said, Virg and Mo, I would say, are the two greatest players I've played with, alongside the likes of Thiago. Thiago was a beautiful football player, but Mo Salah's consistency.
That's going down. It's just the small things you notice every day.
Yeah.
Salah's going into that second spot on the board then. Okay, on to the third category then. It is magic moments. So we want you to pick your favourite moment in your career so far.
Corner assist for Origi. Second goal in UCL final. So Divok's goal in the Champions League final. 13 assists in the 19-20 PL campaign. Penalty against Switzerland in the summer.
So I want to ask, first of all, when you get criticism, when people say things about you, do you ever look back at times like this and think, why am I getting that kind of criticism? And it's not often, but people do critique parts of your game, and because you are at the highest level, I think you're more susceptible to that. But do you ever look at these things and think, this is what I'm capable of, this is what I can achieve, and I don't deserve that?
It's not whether I do or don't deserve it. People are entitled to their opinions. So, you know, if you want to critique me and say that stuff about me and say I could be better and I don't do enough, blah, 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 then that's fine. Because I'm capable of doing all these amazing moments. And I know that's within me, and I've got many, many more ahead of me.
Right, let's talk about this one. Obviously, England in the news at the moment, new manager, Tuchel coming in. I know for you, an aim is to have more big moments with England for your international team. How do you feel like you're going to fit with him stylistically? Were you happy with that appointment?
Well, I mean, I haven't met him. I don't know what system he's going to play. I just hope that I am part of his plans to play regularly. That's something that I've always wanted to do with England. But yeah, this penalty was a special moment for me, you know, being on the bench a lot throughout the tournament. But I always talk to my brothers and to Jude about how I would always get that one moment and my moment would come. And then when the gaffer, Southgate, said, go get warm, with 5 minutes to go, brings me on for the pen and then tells me I'm taking the 5th pen. In that moment I knew this is it. This is my moment. Yeah, Pickers.
Did you want it?
Yeah. I love big moments. They're like, I'm that kind of player.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Pressure makes diamonds, baby.
Which one do you think you're going for? Is that in the contention?
13, that's a world record, isn't it? That's a record.
You broke the record, yeah.
I broke my own record.
It's not bad, is it, all of this?
No, it's not too bad.
What is the moment, though, if you're going to pick one of those?
Magic moment.
Your favourite moment where you felt the best being involved in a moment of football? Because obviously the one for Origi, that wasn't your goal.
Done.
But you're involved in that moment, you know that is the goal that's going to win you the Champions League.
Yeah, done.
That's the one?
Yeah, the best feeling I've ever had on a football pitch.
To this day?
Yeah.
Was it just sheer relief because you've fought so hard during that game and then
it was the fact that we lost the season before and then it was a tight game, 1-0 whole time. Like, obviously you take a 1-0, but when Divok scored late doors to make it 2-0, at that very moment, as soon as the ball hit the back of the net, like it starts to get emotional and you realise we've won the Champions League. There's no way they're scoring 3 here, or at least 2 to get it to extra time. No way. So at that moment we won the Champions League and I just couldn't believe it. I was 20.
Fourth category then, it's future star. So we've got a few Liverpool future stars in there. You've been in their position before. A couple of them are out on loan, but we want you to tell us who you think has the most potential to go right to the very top.
Wow. Conor Bradley, Ben Doak, Stefan Bajcetic, Harvey Elliott.
When you look at these players now, you've had the experience of coming through the academy, been at Liverpool so long. Do you feel like you can offer them advice, like you can be a mentor to them now at the stage you're at in your career where you're more established? Yeah, for sure. I'd like to speak to all these kinds of lads. Kwanzaa involved as well. But I speak mostly to Conor, obviously being in the same position. But I've seen from Stefan from young how good he is and the potential he has. Harvey as well, incredible. Harvey feels more established just because he's done a bit more in the first team. Yeah, Harvey is established. But he is still so young. Yeah, very young. I can't believe how young he was when he had his birthday. Ben Doak, again, really young. The future star, he's injured, so I'm going to have to go with Conor. Going with Conor? Yeah. When he comes on for you in games, how do you feel? I mean, I like to play 90 minutes, but I know how good he is, and I have trust in him to get the job done and to help the team win the game. fifth and final category then is career goals. So there's a few things in here that you probably want to achieve, all of them in your career, but it's the thing that you'd most like to achieve.
Oh my gosh, this is hard.
Okay.
Win another Champions League title, win the Ballon d'Or, become Liverpool captain, win a trophy for England.
So I'm going to give you some time to think, because I'm going to first ask you, when you look back at your career in 20 years' time, or fans look back on your career, whether it's from an England perspective, a Liverpool perspective, how would you like them to think of you?
I mean, a legend of football, someone who changed the game. That's a main saying that I have, is don't play the game, change the game. So yeah, I just want that legacy of being probably the greatest right back to ever play football, if I'm honest. And I know that there's been many out there, but you know, I've got to reach for the stars, and that's where I believe my ceiling can go.
Let's talk about the Liverpool captaincy. You've always said that's a big dream of yours.
But I've already captained Liverpool, you know. Like, technically I have already captained Liverpool, so that's something that, I mean, I would want to be Liverpool captain, but it's not my decision. So that can't really be in there.
Okay.
That would be immense. Win a World Cup with England, that would change the game. Win a Ballon d'Or. I'd say win a Ballon d'Or.
Really?
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
the last one I thought you'd go for.
No, I'd say win a Ballon d'Or.
Okay, talk to me about that. Why have you gone for that one?
Because I believe I can.
Because a lot of footballers say the individual achievements, they don't matter as much as those other things. But for you, I guess it would be part of helping the team during that season, whatever year it was, and being the best of the best.
Yeah, and I want to be the first fullback to ever do it.
Can it ever feel like you've achieved what you wanted to achieve? Would that be the moment where you felt like you've got to exactly where you want to get to?
No, I said it in that interview when I was with England. It's only the day after, the morning after you retire, you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, I gave it everything I've got. It doesn't matter how many trophies you win, it doesn't matter how many medals you've got. It matters about what you've given to the game and if you've reached your full potential. Because I've heard potential being thrown around my name since I was 6. He's got the potential to be this, got the potential to be that, and then get older, he's got the potential to be a first team player, potential to play for England, he's got the potential to be a captain, be a vice captain, potential. You know, if you reach that potential and you know you've hit that potential and you've given everything to maximise that potential and be the player that you believe you can be, which is one of the best ever, then yeah, you'll be happy. It doesn't matter how many trophies you win, I guess.
You've got the potential to do that?
For sure. I believe it. Some people may call me deluded, but you know, I believe I can.
Trent, you happy with that board?
Very.
You got one more to go. Open that up for us and you can pop that down. That is your hero sticker.
Oh, thank you.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that was the Sticker Book Challenge with Trent Alexander-Arnold.